Hey, John Marshall, Suncoast NPII TV. We're back live. I'm John Marshall. I'm the owner. I am delighted to be sitting in this chair, and delighted for a lot of reasons. Really, because you, the viewers, getting an opportunity. You heard, hashtag free meals is blowing up. People are showing up left and right as guests these chapters. But I'm getting an opportunity to highlight our members, and our members are true. They are. I mean, we don't accept anybody. We really look for people that's industry specific, so seat specific, that are rock stars in the category. Dustin, you got that all day long. You and your team.
Thank you,
A servant's heart, man.
Yes,
I mean, unbelievable, and committed to the commitment to make it happen. So this is an opportunity for this to be all about you and to highlight you and your business, and that's why we're doing this.
Cool,
so
man.
Dustin, I love you like a brother.
Awesome. No,
and I'm glad you're here. But not everybody knows you. So who are you?
Who am I? Well, John, again, thank you for allowing us to be here.
My pleasure.
You're an innovator within your industry. We were just talking about it, and I appreciate you and what you do for your partners. And that's awesome.
Amen.
And I think that that's something about us and Coast to Coast Title is about being innovative. I want to talk a little bit first about my background,
please, to
show why we decided to do Coast to Coast, because you just don't wake up one day and go, I want to be a title insurance guy. That doesn't happen, trust me. But I was fortunate enough when I was younger, when I say younger, like 20, to get with a company that was young, noticed that I was young, and they pushed me to learn all facets of the business. So I was very lucky to learn literally from searching. I started as a fax guy. That sounds funny, right? I literally stood in front of a fax machine and I faxed documents back and forth, which that is dating me, but that's okay. And
I remember what they are.
Yeah. So I worked my way up through the company by learning everything, and I ended up opening offices throughout the Southeast, and meaning actually even as far as Virginia and DC and Georgia and Mississippi. It was a great experience, and I got to learn a ton. Again, I started a family. Family was young. The traveling was getting crazy.
Yep.
So I asked what we could do, and we said, hey, let's open a national division. So within the company, we opened a national division, worked my way up to the company. By the end of it, I was in charge of 300 people.
Wow.
We were doing 15,000 closings a month. It was great, right? Making a ton of money was awesome. It's funny, God has a way of settling you down, and He sure did.
Amen.
During that period of time, I went for life insurance. I wanted to protect my family, as you should, right?
Yeah,
and they called me back and said, you're uninsurable. At 24 years old, I'm uninsurable. How is that possible? Your liver numbers are off the charts. You need to go see a doctor. So I did, and found out that I have a rare liver disease. Doctor's like, listen, it's okay. It might never affect you. Well, I went through, the company's doing, it got sold, I pat on the back,
right.
Went and worked for another company, not thinking anything was going on health-wise, and I started feeling a little sick. Not doing well, was laid off, actually in a hospital bed, and later found out that I needed a transplant, a liver transplant. I was not concerned about business at that point. I was really concerned about, living. And on 11/1/11, I got the phone call, and I got a life-saving transplant, and it's been a blessing ever since, obviously.
Wow.
So a little bit about me and where I was at that time. My brother Brandon, who was also the co-founder of Coast to Coast, had worked for me. A little bit younger. I got into consulting when I started feeling a little better, and was like, hey, Brandon, I think we could blow this company up that I'm consulting for. They're giving me a good deal. I can give you a good one. Let's do this. And he said no. I go, no? What do you mean no? Like, this is a great opportunity. He goes, dude, if we're going to do this, let's do it together for ourselves. Okay, well, that's a lot to take in, and jumping that ship that's a big ship to jump. So, with a lot of prayer and a lot of talking, and talking to family, and we have families. He's got a young family, and as do myself. So, it was a big sacrifice, but we knew we needed to do it, so we did. So we literally went into a bedroom in my house and started developing Coast to Coast Title. And that was in 2013. The market was still kind of, coming back together. It was still a little slow, but we knew that with the market the way that it was, there was a lot of guidelines because the crash had happened.
Right.
So the whole industry was changing. They were locking down some things. So we took a year to actually develop Coast to Coast.
Okay.
We took our time to make sure that we were technologically advanced, but we also wanted to be secure. Because everyone sees this hacking's going around and people are losing their data. It's every day, right? You hear something. Now it's the wire fraud. People are changing wires and doing all this stuff, and money's getting lost. It's a $3 billion
It's crazy.
issue. So we decided from the get-go we wanted to be top-notch, not only just our technology, but to be secure, and then on top of that, our communication levels. We've been with many companies, and we knew that there was some nuances that we could make better. So we did. We developed Coast to Coast, and it's been awesome ever since.
That's incredible. You know, God's not done with you here, too, man.
I hope not.
Yeah. So I appreciate you sharing it. I
Yes.
I'm privy of knowing that, and I love you like a brother. So
I appreciate
yeah,
that.
I'm glad you're here. And
Likewise.
thanks for sharing
Likewise.
that. Thanks for sharing that story.
Absolutely.
You know, and I hopefully there's somebody out there here, and hopefully nothing else. So a word of encouragement, if nothing else.
Please,
Maybe.
I
You
hope
never know.
so. You never know what life's going to throw at you, and you just take it and you go with it, and hopefully, it's His plan. So
Yeah,
you can't
amen.
just put your head down. You got to keep your head up.
Amen. So Coast to Coast.
Yes.
So you got start in your back room, start in your bedroom.
Start in the bedroom.
Yeah, a year working on it.
Yes.
So it's you and your brother, how big are you guys, and where you at, and then let's segue into what's the true differentiator for you guys.
Sure. So yeah, we started in a bedroom. We now have a couple different satellite locations. We have one corporate location.
Awesome.
That's in Seminole, Florida. We have several employees. I don't know, 15 or so employees now. And the great thing is we're not just a local company. We're actually a national company. So we're actually conducting business in 42 states.
Wow.
That is something that isn't around here locally. Most people, they work in their area, maybe they do the Tri-County area, where we can do business from here to California
Right.
to New York. We cover it all. So, and that took a lot of time. Obviously, you just don't, become licensed in those states. So that was a huge hurdle for us that we've gotten past, and we're constantly working. Our next state that we want to be in is in Texas.
Okay.
And that's a huge market, and we see the need. So we're gonna go there.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, man.
Taking over one state at a time.
That's it.
I like it.
That's it.
Differentiator.
Yes.
So I know there's some tech. I don't want to get it too far. I know you guys are tech. That's one
We
of the
are
reasons I
tech.
love you guys.
Yes.
Because I come from Silicon Valley
Yes.
back in the day out in California.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that. Let's talk about differentiators.
Tech is number one. We feel like we're more of a tech company than we are a title company.
Wow.
So, and I'll sum it up as this. We use our technology to work for us so we can work for our partners. How does that work? Okay, so we have a couple things. I already mentioned the 42 states.
Right.
We have some tools. One is a title app. Literally, realtors, if they need to get a seller net sheet, we have an app they can go right on their phone, they can put in their sales price, and they can get our fees, the recording fees, instantaneously, and they're accurate. Very cool.
Wow.
We have the same thing for lenders. Lenders, they want to know what the loan amount is, and they need to know the fees. They can do that right on our website. Boom, pop it up. Here's the fees, here are recordings,
Done.
and they can disclose. In a world today where everyone wants something today,
Yep.
I mean, that's why Amazon's huge, right? You can sit at your home, in your couch, in your pajamas, and order whatever you want.
And it's there in 15 minutes.
It's there in 15 minutes.
Coming to you soon.
Yes. So that's what we are trying to do. I think actually one of our neatest things that we have is our post-close marketing. And you ask, what is that?
Yeah, what is
and
that?
Why is that? So statistics are 90% of buyers and sellers would conduct business with their realtor or mortgage professionals if they could remember who they were.
If they could remember who they were.
Huge, right?
Wow.
Top of mind. What have we done? We have a system that keeps you top of mind for your clients. If you want to know more, I can't divulge everything. Give me a call. 727-538-4228.
I like it.
For our partners, it's free.
What?
Free. So what that does is if you partner with Coast to Coast, we can tell you when your client is getting back in the business, and you can make that call and be the first one to dial in and say, hey, what's going on?
That's impressive.
Very neat stuff.
That's impressive.
Top of the line. I mean, it's neat. So
Wow.
what that is, and you've heard me say partners, we consider our clients partners. And what does that mean?
Right.
That means that we're in this together. It's a client is someone who gives us business and we give them a service. That's not how we feel. We feel like we're your partner, so we're going to do whatever we can to help you, our partners, grow their business.
Yeah, I think that's one of the gazillion reasons you're an amazing fit with NPI. Thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
We have like 2 minutes before we kind of roll
Okay.
this thing out. So, how about some trends? What do you see on some trends developing here in the horizon?
Sure. I would say e-closings is probably, it's happening now. And what that is people can actually do closings at their home or at their work. It's all video conference. You don't have, like I talked about the Amazon, you could sit
Right.
at home and do the closing. Usually the documents are loaded within 24 hours and they have time to look over it, make any questions that they have. When you actually have their closing date and time, it's getting in face to face via video conference. It's one signature,
Right.
one initial, hit submit, and it's done.
Wow.
I think that's what you're going to see. As a matter of fact, we see it all the time. These mortgage lenders are buying these e-closing platforms. It's happening now. We do them now. We have a lot of investors who utilize this.
Right.
We literally can close a loan, we can fund it, we can record it, and we can actually issue title policy within 24 hours. So I think, we talk to a lot of people within the industry, and the trend is they want to be able to go from contract to close in 10 days.
Wow.
In order to do that, you have to have this technology going on. So I think that you're going to see within time, it's going to really catch on. So
That's amazing. That's amazing. So that's a mouthful, and I know we have plenty more to cover.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? We're out of time here in just a few
Nice.
seconds. So this
Holy
is crazy.
cow.
Dustin Burton, Coast to Coast title. I don't know. You remember the Suncoast NPI tagline? Suncoast NPI. When we pull together,
we all win.
hey, great to have you.
Nice. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.